The mirror won't smile first. It seems like a silly little thing to contemplate, maybe a little thought loop. But if you really, really, really contemplate this, like sit and meditate on this, ask for guidance and insight on this, you will understand that this single sentence is what is preventing you from seeing the results of all the hard work that you're putting into trying to make your life better. Whether you're trying to be more disciplined or go to the gym more, or you're trying to heal trauma or heal emotional pain patterns, whether you're trying to manifest a better life, create better situations, fix and repair relationships, whatever it is you're trying to do, the reason you're not seeing the success that you ought to see, given how much effort you're putting, is because you're trying to get the mirror to smile. I know the first thing you're going to say is, this is rubbish. She's denying my pain. She doesn't know what I've been through. She doesn't know what I struggle with. I can only speak from my own experience. And, I've worked with a lot of people who have a lot of different challenges, but I'm going to talk from my experience. And I assure you that in every situation I've worked with, it reflects the same thing. But I'm going to talk from me. I was terribly depressed, could not get out of bed, suicidal thoughts, no desire to live, no desire to eat. I couldn't swallow food. I literally couldn't roll over in bed. I was like, I ceased to exist. I ceased to want to exist. Struggled with thoughts, fears, depression, all of it. Anxiety, hate, resentment, you name it. I'm not going to go into the details of it. And I tried discipline, and I tried therapy, and I tried reading books, and I tried everything. And at the end of the day, it all spontaneously, I immediately and spontaneously stopped suffering from those conditions in 1 second. It was, to be specific, probably somewhere between 3 to 5 seconds. And that was when I had the experience of understanding that all of this, I'm looking at it and I am here. And that stuff doesn't need to be fixed before I say I am well. Because that stuff is not I. I am here. I am looking at mental patterns, emotional scars, physical discipline, financial situations, social relationships. I am looking at it. I am expressing it. I am creating it. I am engaging with it. I am suffering from it. If it's intrusive thoughts, if it's PTSD, if it's anxiety, if it's fear, you are suffering. I am suffering this from this. And the logic of the mind and the intellect says, fix this and life will be great. What you have to do is fix your gaze. And that's a little bit of a weird thing, but that's why I love that saying that that the mirror won't smile first. Imagine yourself right now standing in front of a mirror, looking at your reflection, obsessively looking at your reflection and waiting for it to change. Imagine that you're looking at your reflection for years, for decades. At this point, what you suffer from, if anyone were to come and help you and say, let me help you, they would not join you in trying to fix the reflection. They would not say, you know what you need? You need a nice hat. You need some nice clothes. You need some makeup. They wouldn't say you need a smile. They would not address the reflection. Anybody who's genuinely trying to help you would put their hand on your shoulder and say, shift your gaze. This is not saying, listen carefully, it's not saying be in denial about all the things that need to be fixed. Be, what do we call it? Spiritual bypassing and evasiveness and whatever. It's not that. I'm not saying deny that these problems and these expressions of imperfection exist. What I'm saying is relax your eyes, realize that what you're looking at is not you. Relax your eyes some more. It's been decades. This is going to be hard. You've stared at a mirror for decades. Relax your eyes some more and feel this. Say, oh, God, this is me. I am here. I am well. I am still well. I have always been well. I always will be well. And that wellness never changed. And that wellness never will. It's untouchable, unblemishable, you'll hear some people say. What I am was not affected by the traumas of my childhood. What I am is not the thing that generates the incessant thinking, the mind that doesn't want to stop. What I am is not the victim of the intrusive thoughts. I can go on and on and on and on, but it comes from understanding what you are. You are awareness. And awareness is mesmerized, literally hypnotized by pain, darkness, separation, fear, grief. So many of the people I work with, when you realize, you look at a certain problem or a certain situation in their lives and you pull on that thread enough, you realize it's grief that really started the mesmerism. Sometimes it's the feeling of being alone, the feeling of being vulnerable, the feeling of being embarrassed, humiliated, unwanted, whatever it is, something or some things happened to you in the past and they mesmerized you. Am I saying that you're looking at an illusion and it's not true and it's all in your head and if you just buck up and smile, you'll be fine? No. I'm saying the process of life, pain, struggle, and fear entrancing you resulted in you forgetting what you are. This is not something you're going to grasp with your mind, with your intellect. You're not. You're going to grasp it in an aha moment or a series of small aha moments from experiencing it, from remembering it. You're going to go, oh, okay, right. Okay. Whew. And everything's going to disappear. That's what it was like for me. When I had this experience in a meditation one day, 16 years ago, it was for a couple of seconds. And immediately when I got out, life did not bother me anymore at all. I still had a mind that was stuck in a depressive loop. I had emotions that were painful memories, residues of painful emotions from the past that I was still holding on to. I had a body that was just all of the dopamine and the serotonin and the everything was out of whack. My ability to sleep, my ability to get happy, my ability to feel rewarded, to feel safe, to feel love, all that stuff was chemically and psychologically gone from me. I had lost discipline. I had broken social relationships. I was in a bad way financially. Yes, all of these things still existed. But all of a sudden, immediately and spontaneously, I was fine. I was fine. And I was no longer suffering from all of these things. And I essentially rolled up my sleeves and said, okay, I got to clean this up. And I slowly, bit by bit, cleaned it all up. I healed and released the pain bodies. I healed and released the traumas. I shifted the mental patterns. I disciplined myself to view the world differently, to think differently, to feel differently. I retrained my body into sleep cycles. I fixed the world, but I was fine. And I didn't really mind how long it took. I wasn't in any kind of hurry because that getting fixed was not a requirement for me to be okay. It was just something I had to do. It's like, okay, got to do this. That made all the difference. And just because I know people ask, I stopped suffering from depression immediately. My insomnia fixed itself within days, maybe a week or two. I don't know. Can't really remember. And And I fixed the heavy feeling of depression, overwhelming anxiety, anger, bitterness, hate, just all that stuff that I was carrying. All of that more or less left me within 6 months. I started, healing the stuff from the past, the pain bodies, surrendering, reconnecting with the higher self, all that stuff. And I did that intensely for maybe a year. And then I would say I was like 80%, 85% fixed by the end of a year. And then over the next couple of years, 3, 4, 5, 6 years, I fixed the rest of it. That's what my journey was like. And that's what most journeys that I've witnessed are like. But the relief comes all at once, suddenly, when you realize, I am not that. I am experiencing that. And the nature of that doesn't matter. Good, bad, healthy, unhealthy, damaged, crying, PTSD, traumatized, none of the details of what I experience influences how I am. If I think that it does, then I don't understand what I am. All I can say is experience it. Allow yourself to experience it. Here's the thing. The reason this whole mess happened, the reason the whole, that you began suffering and the mesmerism and the traumas and the pain bodies and all that stuff and the development of egoic identity, it's all on my channel, in my book. It's all there. You know what I'm talking about. The reason all of that happened is because whatever shook you up in your past made you very, very, very uncomfortable with your nature, your true nature, the I am, the self. I am well, I am here, I am now, and everything is okay. That feeling became the most uncomfortable thing to experience in the world. So you either started moving very quickly and talking very quickly so you didn't have to experience now, or you, whatever, I'm not going to give you a million examples, but it's, you just don't, there's the pain, the identity that you have, that you're suffering from or suffering as, the identity that you're suffering as does not want you to experience this. That's why you'll hear about it. You'll read about it, watch videos about it and be like, that makes sense. Makes sense. The intellect gets it. Okay, makes sense. And I ought to do this. But yeah, maybe not right now. Maybe tomorrow. Yeah. Tomorrow. We'll do it tomorrow. And tomorrow turns into years because the identity of the sufferer does not want the suffering to end. I know. I can hear you clicking off right now, but it's fine. That is the truth. And the point that I'm trying to make is the only solution to this is to remember who you are and how you are. And the only way to do that is to be still. The fancy word for that is meditation. Meditation allows you to remember, I am standing here looking at a mirror. You remember that you're the one standing here. And the only way to experience meditation is to allow it, to do it, to actually do it, not to watch another video about it or to read about it, but to do it. And the false self, the stuff that is controlling your life right now doesn't want you to do it. And unfortunately, what that means is that the identity of suffering is going to get worse and worse. The experience of suffering is going to get worse and worse. The desperation to be well is going to get more and more intense until one day, either you just immediately drop into that silence, or you say, you know what, screw it. I am going to go to that meditation workshop, or I am going to watch that. I am going to do it. I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it now because this ends now. It has to end. This is so awful. It has to end. So unfortunately, life, the nature of what we're struggling with here leads you to the moment where it's so bad that you say, okay, this is it. This is the moment it needs to happen. And something in you surrenders and allows the stillness and allows the experience of your true self. If you're there, or if you want to try to fix this before it gets that bad, go check out my playlist or my website. It's the same thing. One is videos, one is audio tracks, but there's a bunch of meditations there. Try them. They're easier than you think. There's some short ones. If really stillness is bothering you, there's a 5-minute meditation, is 8-minute meditation. But the best one, what I would really recommend, is the one called Experiencing Being. It's on my website for free as an audio track. It's on YouTube on the playlist called Guided Meditations. Go and do that. Just sit there, and feel. Maybe you won't feel profound stillness the first time. Maybe you'll be like, okay, I observed my breath. I got a little bit quiet. It was kind of cool. It felt nice. Then do it again. Do it again, do it again, do it again. And eventually, you're going to start to be comfortable with that state. That sort of, okay, maybe I'm just taking a little break, a little pause. Maybe I'm just breathing a little bit. Okay, that's not so scary. That's not so scary. Oh, it feels kind of still. That's not so bad. That's not so bad. And then deeper and more you get comfortable with it, and you go, I like this state. This state feels familiar. Oh, wait, this is me. This is how I am. And maybe it's an aha moment if you're blessed. Maybe it's a slow sort of aha kind of thing. And it takes a little bit longer. But that is the healing. That is the healing. Before you try to fix anything else in the reflection, remember where you are standing. Say, who am I? Who am I? Who am I? Who am I? And that's done in meditation. And when you figure out who you are, then you immediately, the reflection changes itself. It changes itself. It's that simple. So I hope this has been helpful. I know it's a mouthful. I know there's a lot there. If you want to, accumulate more understanding of this slowly, because it's an understanding that you begin to surrender a bit, there's lots of videos on the channel. You can check those out. But honestly, just allow stillness. And if meditation is too much for you right now, then go stand quietly in nature. Don't do anything. Don't check your phone. Don't take pictures of it. Stand there, sit there, be. Being will fix it all. Okay. Thank you for joining me. I hope this was helpful, and I'll see you again soon.